Welcome everyone. My name is Nicole and today's class is going to be I think we're due for a gentle flow here. So it's going to be maybe 20-30 minute gentle flow to get your stretchies in and feel good. And this week in our sensational awareness series that we are doing on Patreon, we're talking about the senses, and this week's sense is hearing, and just such an amazing kind of thing to consider. So, first of all, all our senses seem to be subject to interpretation, right? How we have lived our lives, our own story is going to influence maybe like what we hear. And a really interesting example of this is I was watching, some reel, and they were talking about how what you're told you're hearing influences what you hear. And it was like the same little jingle, but they would put up the words and you would hear the words that you saw, even though the jingle stayed the same the entire time. So just really interesting thing to consider, as well as when we'll move into the the exercise. So what you believe is going to play into what you actually hear, whether it's what's actually being said or not. And songs is a good way to relate to that. And then as far as sound waves go, right? It's a little harder to understand, how our whole universe is vibrating and not really a solid thing at all. And then as we move into the future, there's this real thought that vibration and certain frequencies and sound are going to be what heals the body. No more cutting into people. As we learn more about that, it'll be these certain frequencies that break up cancer cells or do the right thing. We can only hear a certain range, and so there's just so much more that we don't even understand, right? Just like spirituality. So take these thoughts however you want to take them. Maybe for a yoga class, maybe a little more about how you're hearing cues, and if after a certain point you don't hear anything, or if your mind takes over, or how aware of what you're hearing during class. Right? Awareness is everything. So let's begin seated. And maybe for this class, you're a little more of a gentle flow. You sit on a bolster or block. Give yourself a little grace to feel comfortable here. Especially, if you're sitting your knees right high, just be a better place. Root down, engage your core, let your shoulders lightly roll down. Hands rest on your thighs. Let's begin with some deep breathing in through the nose and out the nose. Trying to focus on each inhale, feeling your whole body, including that belly. Exhale it out. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart center, and the intention, sound, hearing, just to be aware of what we tune out and what we hear, and is it accurate? All right. Go ahead and grab a strap or belt if you have one. And we'll move through some shoulder stretches here. A little bit of a warm up. So take the hands maybe quite a distance away. You could test it out. Further away is going to be easier. Closer together is going to be harder. Create the tension. Inhale up. Exhale behind. Inhaling up. Exhale, come forward. Just move, inhaling and exhaling. Keeping the tension. And then come up and engage that core. Tip to the right. Maybe look up or at your left hand. Inhaling through center. Exhale, tip off the other way. If your neck bothers you, you can always just rest it down though. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhaling up. And exhale last time to the left. Inhale, come up. And release the strap for a moment. Switch the cross on your legs. And see some little twists going in here. Inhale, fingers to the sky. Really reach up. And then exhale, twist to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Stay nice and tall in the spine. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist the other way. And flow with your breath here. Beautiful. Come back to center and just do some spinal circles here. You can have your hands resting on your knees and just kind of move yourself around in a circular fashion. And then switch directions. Beautiful. Go ahead and move the block or bolster out of the way. We're going to come onto all fours here. You always pad the knees if your knees are sensitive. Do place them under your hips though, wrists under your shoulders. Maybe sway it out here for a minute. And then let's move through some cat-cow. So tilt the tailbones to the sky, press down and slightly away with the hands to broaden across the heart. Look up for your cow. And then pull through the core, drop the head, tuck the tail, really pull your core into your spine. And then exhale, back through cow, and then just rock back and forth here at your own breath pace. And then back through neutral. Go ahead and sit back on your heels. And I'm going to turn, but you can stay facing me, so just so you can see. I'm going to do another shoulder opener. Go ahead and grab for your strap. And if you want to get more feet in here, you could curl the toes under and sit back on your heels like that and get a nice foot opener as well. So just have that strap kind of hanging over your right shoulder there for a moment. Inhale, fingers to the sky. And then let the right fingers drop down to the middle of your back. Take your other hand to your elbow here. And then just encourage the elbow a little more behind the back of your head. So you just gain a little more. And then and then maybe grab for your strap with that right hand now. And then the left hand comes and reaches underneath. And then maybe walk the fingers together or have the strap like you're tearing it apart. So you're not just hanging out, there's a little resistance. Back of the head presses in to your arms. Don't be like splaying your ribs out. Tuck everything in, pull everything in. Breathe. You're doing great. And then go ahead and release. Let the fingers come down and very slowly inhale them overhead. And then you're going to be press the palms strongly together. And it just helps relieve tensions that might have been created in your shoulder. And then we're going to do the other side. And you can be on the balls of the feet or resting down. So that strap hang over your left shoulder. Inhale those fingers to the sky. Let the left fingers drop down to the middle of your back. Right hand grabs the left elbow and helps just move it a little more towards the back of your head. And then maybe you grab that strap now so you're prepared as you reach that right hand down and up for the strap. And maybe you walk the fingers closer together, breathing. And then go ahead and release. Fingers slowly raise overhead. Inhale. Press the palms strongly together and then release. Beautiful. Sit off to the side. You can bring the legs out in front. Keep a little bend. And then go ahead and grab for that strap again. We're on the balls of the feet here. And then really pull. See how I'm sort of rounding, but if you really pull, you straighten out a nice little curve in that low back. And then my torso is resting on my thighs. And you can straighten the legs out a little bit more as long as you can maintain the integrity of the posture. So it should feel like a lot of work. You're like, it feels kind of terrible. Yeah. Just breathe. Feel the length. And then release. Draw the soles of the feet in now. Press the feet together strongly. Reach behind you. Maybe scoot a little closer to those feet. Allow your hands to press down to get you nice and tall. And then if you come back around, open the feet like a book, but keep the binding and keep us like energetics of drawing and pressing the feet together and then just kind of squeezing into the midline. If you want to forward fold some, you can, or you could just stay high. And then I'll come on up. And you have your fingertips behind you as you extend your legs wide. It's down through the heels. And like those heels are pulling into you. So I'm seeing you activate the underneath of your legs a little bit here. Keep a little micro bend. We roll each thigh out. And then forward fold or stay high. And then come back up. And then have your hands on your knees. Lean back gently. Help your knees up to come on out. And we're going to prepare to lay down onto our backs now. Make sure you have your strap handy. Okay. And if you notice the sound just changed, there's a thing with my microphone, so apologize. The sound should be better now. All right, we're gonna lasso our right foot, send it straight up to the sky, pulling down with our hands. Have release that right hip straight down into the mat. Maybe you want to extend the left toes long here, or you can keep the knee bent. It's up to you. And then go ahead and grab both sides of the strap with the left hand, cactus your right arm, and draw with that right leg, come across the body. And you should feel a nice stretch all along your IT band here. And then go ahead and inhale through center. Switch the clasp of your hands on the strap. So cactus your left arm. And then that right foot's going to come open now. Keep breathing. And then inhale back through center. Curl into your shin. And then come back down. You gained a little bit more here. And then release. That right toes float down. And then we're going to switch sides. So lasso your left ball of your foot. Extend it, kick it straight up. Keep straight legs. That's why we have the strap. Breathe, pull, release that hip down. And then clasp both sides of the strap with the right hand, cactus the left arm. Bring that left foot across the body. And then inhale back up. Switch hands, cactus the right hand now, and open off to the left. Inhale through center. Curl into your shin. And then lower back down. Head releases. And then release the strap. And the left toes float down. Hopefully they feel more even now. And let's draw the knees up. Cactus the arms once more. Feet as wide as the mat. Let's just tick-tock the knees off one way. Inhale through center. Exhale off the other way. And then have the knees come through center. Cross your right leg over your left leg. We'll do a little twist here. Hips up to the right a smidge. Let the knees drop to the left. Look, reach to the right. Just relax into the twist here. Let it feel good, or notice how it's feeling in your body. And now through center. Come undone. And we're going to switch. Take time to recenter though, so you feel good. And then left leg crosses over right leg. Hips up to the left a smidge as knees drop to the right. Look, reach to the left. And then go ahead, come undone, come out. Let the knees open wide now, soles of the feet together. The hands rest on your thighs. Take a few breaths here. Taking this last pose before Savasana, or final resting pose. I'm taking into consideration sound one last time, and I don't usually play music or unless it's like a restorative class where there's a lot of silence and and only because it's online and don't want you to feel like the class is shorted out or something. But that's because I just want you to be present, no more distractions in your own body, and be paying attention there, bringing awareness to how you're feeling and the sensations over maybe perhaps how music might influence how you're feeling. I know that's why it's so great, but yoga is a time to just come to awareness around what's really happening without trying to manipulate it one way or the other, in my opinion. As you feel ready, begin to lengthen your legs out along the floor. When it feels natural, separate the feet. Take time to set yourself up for your Savasana here. Let the shoulders lightly roll under, palms turn up. Maybe roll your head gently side to side until it settles in neutral. The eyes rest down, and with each inhale, call in peace, and with each exhale, feel your body relax just a little bit deeper. You can take those thoughts with you into Shavasana, or just let yourself completely drop out. I'll hold space so you can let go and feel free, because I will guide you out in just a few moments. Such an important time to integrate your intentions, soothe your nervous system. So take advantage of Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath and On your right side, just take a moment to pause and come back to the room yourself. And as you feel ready, you can use your hands to very gently push yourself back to a seated position. Taking time to just consider how moving your body felt, and maybe what arose or didn't arose, or just taking time to notice, always coming back to the present without judgment, hopefully. Thank you for practicing with me. Light within me sees and recognizes light within you. Take care.